everything's underway, second season at the helm of the program. How excited are you just to get everything going?
It's very exciting. I think we have a really good lineup and depth in a good way in a lot of positions, and the team has put the work in this summer, and we're coming off a great foreign trip with a lot of momentum, and we're excited. So just happy to be here.
Took a lot of the words right out of my mouth. You have a mixture of newcomers and returners. How have you seen them progress? Obviously, you just said the foreign trip. What have you seen from them just since everyone's been together?
Well, I think our ball control is a lot better. I mean, instantly, it's hard after a practice or two to really figure out where you're at, but you can see defensively we can dig a lot more balls, and serve receive we're much better, and then obviously at setter we have more competition there. So I think those things alone are a dramatic improvement and exciting.
Yeah, I see that a lot of conversations out here, a lot of attention to detail, and just trying to be open to asking questions. How have you seen the team, especially some of the freshmen, react to that?
They've been great. I think they're hungry to learn. I think a lot of the freshmen and newcomers, it's a lot to take in, different systems, different feedback, things that, the jump from high school to college obviously is a big jump. So the speed of it, and it's going to take time, but I try to be very thorough with how I explain things, let them understand it's a process, and here's a couple things in each area we need to focus on, and then just let them do what they do, and that's really my style, is give me a good athlete and someone who's hungry. We'll teach them to be a better volleyball player and more disciplined, and make sure that they understand that it takes time is important.
Well, you officially have your first match at the Bellarmine Classic later this month. What do you want to see from these girls from now until then?
Just being more disciplined, and I mean that as far as lower error volleyball. So learning how to play together, some of them learning to play new positions, feeling comfortable with the lineups we put out there, and being able to mix and match because we have a lot of competition. And, when we put new people in the game, it either doesn't fall off or it improves dramatically. So that's kind of our focus. We're a little bit farther along, obviously, than the first year. I think the group understands what the mission is, and we have to find the right lineup that's going to be the best to compete, and we'll figure that out as we go.
Your first home game is against Ohio State, set for September 3rd on Coach Condit Day, where a new court will be unveiled in honor of Coach. What does this mean to the program, and just overall excitement having an opponent like that here? Obviously celebrating a legend. What does that just mean to the program?
Well, I mean, I think that when you look back on your career, you would like to be thought of how Coach Condit is. She's a pioneer in the sport, someone people revere and look up to, and had such a wonderful career. So it's as a program, we're just excited and honored to honor her. Not only as a program, but as the sport. I think Ohio State will be really, really excited. That someone for 40 years did that in women's volleyball is really special. And as a program, it's our opportunity to put the flag in the ground and say, hey, we're going to be one of the better programs in the country. That's what we're building towards. And of course, it's a journey. And getting a new court and going up against a great opponent, Big Ten team like Ohio State is what we want to do at this program, and that's what I'm telling recruits, and that's we put our money where our mouth is. So we're going to go play the best programs there is, and as we get better and better recruits come in and we get more competitive as a program, it's going to be really exciting. So we want to throw that out there, and the best way to start it is play against your in-state Big Ten rival of Ohio State.
Thanks, Coach. With the season officially underway, how excited are you to just get everything going?
I'm so excited. We had a great foreign trip, and we've been practicing all summer, so I'm excited for matches to start and just see what we can do.
Obviously, you are a newcomer, but I know that you're still an upperclassman. What have you seen from a culture standpoint, and what type of leadership do you feel like you can and will provide?
I love that every time we walk into the gym, everyone's working hard, everyone's encouraging each other, and I just think that it's a culture of people who want to win, and I think I will be here to just contribute to that culture, and kind of had a voice on my other team, and I'm hoping to come here and just bring some leadership too.
How have you transitioned from a on-the-court standpoint in terms of what Coach wants to do?
Yeah, I think he's about his liberos being super aggressive. He wants us to just take control of the defense. And so Coach Dan has just really encouraged me and all the other bros in our position to just take control.
2025 season is officially under the way. How excited are you just to get everything going?
Extremely excited. I think we have good freshmen coming in. We've got good transfers. We've got good people from last year and the years before. So I think we're really going to be a different team this year. And I'm excited for all the fans to witness that.
As a freshman, how have you seen your other freshmen and yourself grow since you've all got here together?
Yeah, it's definitely a big change. I mean, not just the volleyball part of it. You're away from your family, so it's all new stuff. But I think we're adjusting really well, and I think we're getting to know, as we get to know the team more and more, we're getting more and more comfortable and more powerful as a group.
How big do you feel the foreign trip was in terms of development and just building a culture and within your own team?
Definitely, as a freshman, the foreign trip helps a lot because it gives us like a foundation before we come into the actual season. So from the freshman standpoint, I think it just helps us come in more confident. But as a team, I think there's a lot of off the court stuff that we just like got to bond and spend time together, which translates on the court to a powerful and more connected team.
How has it been on the court? As you said, obviously, I'm sure the pace of play is faster. There's more things to know from a system standpoint. How has it been just with the coaching staff and them just trying to help you develop?
Yeah, I think they're really easy to work with. They're very good at giving us feedback, and they understand that we're going through a transition. So I think they're really good, as well as like we're really good at communicating back and forth with each other and transitioning in the best way possible.
Yeah. As an underclassman, what are some personal and team goals that you have this year?
I think the number one goal would have to be to win the MAC and then go on into the NCAA tournament, definitely. As a freshman, I think my goal would be to transition into like the college level as fast as I can and as best as I can, and not have a super like wavelengthy kind of career, like kind of like just a good progress going all the way through.
Who on the team has been helpful in terms of your development? Is there anybody that has, maybe it was already part of the program that has kind of just been a voice?
Yeah, I think we have a really strong senior class, and I think I can't even really pick one person. I think the whole entire senior class is really good leadership-wise, and they're really good at helping, especially the freshmen coming in. They're really good at helping us individually, just telling us little things on the court, what we need to work on, how we can be better teammates and stuff like that.